Hello, it's Beverly with the Intuitive Interior, and time for day 2 of my trip around the Bagua map. Now, yesterday you'll notice I did day 1 was north. That was the career and life path sector. But the way that I'm working with this is using the flying star way of numbering things. So instead of going just around the square, I'm starting first. Started first here. Today we're coming over here to the southwest. The southwest sector is an earth element sector. Yesterday's was water, today's is earth. This has everything to do with partnerships, with not only how you work well with other people, with your significant other, with a potential romantic partner, but it also has to do with business partnerships. So right now, a lot of us are trying to find our way in trying to create new businesses, trying to strengthen those bonds. We need to find the right business partner to work with just as much as we need to find the right life partners to enjoy this earth existence with. So how can you use that part of your space to really be a good supporter for you? Almost be like a little matchmaker, if you will. Pairs, you need objects, like two of things. You want to make sure that you don't have any clutter in there or things that remind you of relationships that didn't work. Here's an exercise that I encourage a lot of my clients to do, and that is to write out a description of your perfect partner. And again, we're not talking just romantic partners, we're also talking business partners too. So how do you want to feel with them? How do you want to, what kind of activities do you like to do together? Do you like, what kind of music do you want to be able to share? What experiences would you like them to bring into the relationship with you? All of these things are very important to know, and because, first of all, you have to know it for yourself. You have to make sure that you know what your desires are. Because if you don't, how are you going to communicate them with the people that you're trying to bring into your world? So that's a big one. The second thing is because it is an earth element, you want to bring in things that feel cozy, because it's a yin earth element. It's, you want the soft blankets, the nice textures. Earth tends to be more horizontal, so if you got, you might want to look at the furniture that you have in there and make it a little bit, lower to the ground, a little more cozy, things that you can just kind of snuggle up in. This is the one photo I have up there right now, and that is the 5-element flow, so that you can see how fire is actually creating more earth. So if you want to bring in some fiery elements like candles, that's why candles are always so romantic, because it's creating more earth element. You want to avoid having too much of the water element, because water that dams it up, so the flow isn't there. Again, in feng shui, the flow is key. That's why a lot of people say, oh no clutter, no clutter. Well, again, if you're a horizontal filer like me, sometimes you're gonna have clutter. It's because that's how your brain works. You need to see where everything is. It's the stagnation of the piles that's the problem. And if you have a lot of earth energy in you already, you typically are more prone to, holding on to things, because those memories, it's so, everything is so much. It's so, you feel real deeply. If you are finding yourself on the edge of hoarding, my recommendation is take a picture of everything and then create a scrapbook with the memories, so that you can keep the memories, but maybe not necessarily keep the item. This is really key for clients who are having to help parents downsize, or that they're in the process of downsizing. I know when we moved from our home that we'd been in and raised our kids at in Frisco, Texas, to here to Austin, I had a real hard time with that. And again, I know what I'm doing. So the thing is, that's something that you want to, just pay attention and observe how your body's feeling with that. Now, as far as like how to find love, I see request here. Please tell me. I'm assuming how do you find love? Again, the number one thing is you got to make sure that you know for yourself what kind of a partner that you want, and what kind of a partner are you bringing to the equation. Have you done your inner work? Are you making sure that you're taking care of your health? You can't be criticizing other people if they're not going to be doing that, if you're not doing it yourself. Some of the other things that you can look at, and now I'm going to be getting this uploaded too, some of the descriptors of the earth element as a personality is peacemaker, supportive, caretaker, nurturing, practical, indecisive, patient, worrier, enduring, avoids conflict, stable, grounded, reliable, harmonious, and secure. All of those things are really necessary, but you need to have that balance. So let's say, for example, in one way that if you're trying to find love, no matter where, what part of your house is, in your bedroom, make sure that you have space ready for that partner. It's in the ideal world, you're going to have matching side tables, matching lamps that are at least the same height. If you've got little lamps like this, you basically are saying, yes, I want love, but they better be subservient. You really want to make sure that you try to have everything equal like this. The other thing that I'd like to bring into these equations is, again, like I talked about, the tangible things, with the lamps and the tables, bringing in some of the intangibles. And this time I'm going to talk about the essential oil Marjoram. It doesn't matter what brand, honestly. I love my Young Living. I love my doTERRA. I've really become very fond of Revive. There are many great essential oil companies out there, but Marjoram is the one that is key to helping to deal with things like loneliness, feeling, see here, we got this right here, disconnected. It helps with, if you're feeling really suspicious, maybe you came from a relationship where somebody was cheating on you. And now you've done your work, you've done as much as you can, but let me tell you, relationships are wonderful personal growth opportunities. And if you look at every time you get a little triggered in that as an opportunity to look inside and see, oh, I still have an emotional hook for something like that, I should probably investigate that. Now, of course, if there's abuse or, you feel like you're in danger, just get out. Then you can do the work later. But Marjoram also deals with feeling unfulfilled, and it can help with feeling lonely. Right now is really key to making sure that you are dealing with a lot of those things before you enter into a relationship where you feel like, oh no, maybe they're going to fix it all for me. No. The idea that another person is going to come in and plug the whole, fit together like a puzzle, then if something happens, then you feel even more fragile after that. You can miss them, but you cannot look outside of yourself to be completed. You need to be able to be complete, and then you go into the relationship. So back to Marjoram. For this, when you smell this, what I'd like you to do is say these words, and I always have people tap along the back of the neck. And just say, I am connected, I am safe, and I am aware of who I am. So that is my little recommendation here on day 2, love and relationships. So now we've gone from knowing who you are inside, from the getting all grounded in the north, and knowing what kind of career path you're at, what's important to you that way internally, to where you're now going out ready to be able to bring someone new into your world. That's day 2. Any other questions? Do I see anything else on here? If not, put them down here in the comment box after this, and I'll get back to it. In the meantime, give yourself a hug, because we're always going to be our best friends. I'm trying to think what else would be a really good final thing. Pairs, again, I got to go back to the one last thing, the pairs of items. It doesn't have to be anything specific. I know in Chinese culture, mandarin ducks, they mate for life. You can put 2 stuffed animals. You can create a story around what other kind of pair you want in there. Some people really love their stones, their rocks and things. So like, for example, here, one last thing. I, at one point, found these beautiful amethyst hearts. And I got one of these for every member of my family. And we did a family joining ceremony, if you will, where we all had created a little ceremony around what these hearts meant to us. And then we infused them with each other's love. And I hope my kids still have theirs. I know my husband and I do. You can do that to show your appreciation and your connection, and to continue that connection with someone who has to be apart. So, that might be one other thing that you can do. And again, because it's a rock, it's really good for that whole earth energy thing. So, all right, I'm not seeing any other questions. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tomorrow, day 3. Bye.